This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories. And welcome to my review of X-Wing Isard's Revenge. This is the 8th X-Wing novel, and the 5th done by Michael Stackpole. And of them, it is also his final X-Wing book, where the last two in this series is written by Aaron Alston, and honestly, I'm most certainly going to have to review the next one out next week, because I will have a convention this weekend and I should have no problem getting through that book. But with this one, it is a nice wrap up to everything that happened in the first four X-Wing novels, and it goes and resolves many of the plot lines, besides one which is later resolved in I, Jedi. And this is involving Corran going and keeping his promise he made in the back door, not the back door, the Krytos trap, to go and rescue the prisoners of Lusancia, which they weren't able to do during the back door because Isard went and sent them off to other planets. But in this one, it is kind of has a big moment ruined in the description at the back, where it talks about how the rogues team up with Isard, and is a big twist later on in it. I'm really not sure why they would have teased that there, because I think it would have been so much more effective for a story to have the moment where the Rogue Squadron pilots are doomed, they get rescued, and they don't know who it is, alongside the people reading for the first time, and you learn it is the real Isard, and they've been going up against a clone. But both of them, I think, it defeated relatively easily. I do think it would have been interesting to set up one more book where they took on the real Isard and just not have her get killed in a desperate final moment where she was going up against Ayala and having her getting revenge for what happened to her husband was nice, and it was a satisfying ending to Isard. Although I do think it would have been a little bit more interesting if she went and appeared in one more novel for the people in Rogue Squadron to finally take her down. But just going through this, honestly, I just really enjoyed it. I think that this is another great book, and is the first one that I physically read from this series. All the other ones I did listen to in audiobook format because they were released that way, but this one and Starfighters of Adamar, the 8th and ninth book in the series, have never been released as unabridged audiobooks. Hopefully they are released in the Essential Legends collection because, well, they really are needed because both are great stories. Well, at least this one is. I haven't started Adamar yet. I am going to be starting it, well, later today from when I'm recording it, although there's a good chance because I'm releasing this on Saturday just because I don't have too much more time this week to record, that I'm already most of the way through that novel since this is the second day of the convention for me. And just going through really everything else, I do like the story that was between Ayala, Murex, and Booster. It was nice to have them together for this, and they served as a great secondary story. The fake out deaths in this, both of Jansen and of Astir, I mean, I knew both of them survived because I do remember them appearing in later stories, and I mean, it still works in the story, but I was reading so many of the other books, it was ultimately something I knew that weren't actual deaths. But just continuing through it, some of the other stuff that was because just having the Rogue Squadron being undercover, them being able to go and defeat another Imperial warlord, and the fact that this is literally set right at the end of the Thrawn trilogy, with the book beginning at the Battle of Wilbringi. And speaking of that, my reviews of that will begin next week, because as I said, I just didn't have enough time to record two different reviews, especially I did not want to be rushing my re-review on Heir to the Empire, and just going through. Well, I mean, really everything else. Yeah, it was an exciting story. I think that it was really effective, and they did a great job being able to tell all this, have Corran face his final promise, and set him up for an iJedi eventually for him to be able to go and join Luke's academy and finish up the final unresolved plot story of his Jedi heritage in that. But with this one, really exciting story. I think it did a great job with all the characters, and again, it was mainly focused on Corran Horn, which is Stackwell's personal creation and someone he puts basically in front and center in all the books that he makes. And Wedge Antilles is another major character in this. Wedge is honestly just such a great character, and really, you have to read these books to be able to appreciate his character because outside of this, I mean, there's nothing too interesting with him in the new canon, and I mean, that's just another reason for you to go and support my project to restore the expanded universe. I'm going to bring it in here somehow just to make sure that it was mentioned. Wasn't sure how, but it got pretty natural there. Where just talking about how he just feeling so much more complex in this. He does have a wife and kids, and well, there's the implication that he gets with Snap Wexley's mom. He has basically no reaction to the character's death in episode 9, but in this, in this continuity, he has two daughters, and both of them are extremely complex and interesting characters. And yeah, honestly, just really enjoyed this. I think that it was a really good story, and I highly recommend it. But yeah, let me know what you think. If you haven't done so yet, please support my movement to bring back the EU. The link will be in the description, and I'll try to make sure I put it in a pinned comment. But that might take a few days because I am going at this convention, so I will be able to check when this goes live to remember to put that in the pinned comment. But let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next episode of Legends and Theories. Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories. Please subscribe, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, check out the video on screen, and may the Force be with you.